Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the live show. We've got a few people on. We've got what wheels we got? Let me look at the wheels this week. Olav has mentioned his KS18 XL, 9,700 kilometers, along with his Sherman. And he's done 17,200 kilometers in total. Rob is on with his InMotion V8 and Gotway Nicola Plus, 2.8 miles, 1,000 that is, 2,800 miles. Now it's filmed those people. Neon has given some money to the Biscuit Fund, so thank you very much for that. There he is there. These are the people that have made the vlog. It's always blurry because the GoPros are like awful at close-up stuff, but it's there. And we've got 18XL Paul and M103. We've got the black M103s in. We showed them last week on the show. So I think most people like the new black look, basically, of those M103s. Wider footplates. Oh. Wider footplates and all that sort of stuff. And all that jazz. And a pickup handle. Why is there a DeWalt drill in there?
I was working on the Monster Pro.
You're working on the Monster Pro, which is there. It's got no footplate. Little joke there. Took the footplates off. It's like when people used to like minis and stuff. You used to have a mini. Teachers used to have a mini at school. People used to move it around. It's a bit like that, and you go there to go out, drive home after a busy day, and then go, oh great, brilliant. Someone's moved my car again. Hilarious. Do that with wheels. Take the footplates off. So just take one of these with you, not with that fitting on it there. Or even a smaller one, little micro one, the right fitting. Zip, zip, knock the pin out, take the foot plates off, put the pins back on. And then hide them in the bag when you're on a ride out. They can't ride it then, can they? So if someone's been a jerk and not riding properly and endangering others, we do have like a tea break, which you probably won't have, but we'll have a tea break, first 5 minutes in. Undo them, take the foot plates off. What do we think? Yes or no? Is that a good way of doing it? Also, if you were leaving your wheel locked up somewhere, you could actually take a little tool with you to remove them, couldn't you, and leave the foot plates off. That way someone has to spend a lot of money to even start riding the thing. It's actually a really good way, more I think about it, of immobilizing a wheel. Let's have a look. This is for the vlog, so we're on the live show. Just been talking about Mario not quite putting the foot plates back on the Monster. It's a good way of immobilizing a wheel by removing the foot plates, and it's quite quick and easy to do, as long as they're not stuck on. Should you remove foot plates, especially if you're leaving your wheel somewhere you're not quite sure, you could take a little tool with you, couldn't you? Undo them, put them in your bag. It's just an idea we're talking about. Have you bought any helium yet? No, I haven't bought any helium yet. I've got a helium balloon at home though, the original Rainbow Poo balloon from Escape. That's in my house now because we'll keep that forever. So, a friend covered the foot plates of the EUC with wax and TPU grease. Was funny. I can imagine you might slip off that. From sunny Bournemouth, Evo X, welcome to the show. I can hear Mario coming back in. What's he doing? So this week, oh hello, Nobkins. No, Hobkins. These famously were called Hobkins. That Mario's first more or less started working here. Me and Mike were talking about these biscuits. He said, oh, what biscuits should I get? I said, I'll tell you what, you get some hobnobs. I've forgotten what my name is now. Hobnobs. And me and him were talking about it. And he's like, are you saying Nobkins? I'm like, no. So it's written on the whiteboard now. It says Nobkins equals hobnobs. So we call them Nobkins. Helium balloons for the stairwell. Correct. Helium balloons for the stairwell. I now know what you're talking about. The idea was because the Monster, in the Monster videos, like getting that up the stairs is like a bit of a nightmare because it's so heavy. The suggestion was to put a plank down the stairs so you could roll it up the stairs whilst you walk up them. The issue is it's a shared stairwell, so wouldn't go down too well. And then Marcus came up with the idea was have a have a thing to go on the stairs, but it's attached to helium balloons. And then a little bit of cord coming off it, you pull it down, put it on the thing, ride up it, and then, yeah. That was his suggestion. Anti-diet biscuits. Correct. These ones actually help you lose weight. They are Not everyone might not know what hobnobs are. That's hobnobs. That's what they look like. Hobnobs. Bulgaria don't have them, so you may not also. You're missing out. It is a lovely biscuit, very thick, with a light coating of dairy milk chocolate. You can also get dark chocolate, I think, versions of it. This is milk chocolate. Very nice, a substantial biscuit, and I highly recommend it, especially if you're not on digestive diet. These also were funded last week by Scott, I believe his name was. I've forgotten now. It's gone out of my head. But they were funded. They're fully funded live show biscuits. There we go. So did everyone see the Monster Pro Take 2 video? That I did. That's my next question. Have you watched it? If not, why not? You should have watched it. That's crazy. Haven't you got 40 minutes of your life to waste watching something you're not interested in? So go and watch that if you haven't already. Let's have a little look. Plank on the steps under the banister. Possibly. It just seems like a lot of work to... I'd rather just carry it up there. In fact, all the people suggesting things for the steps makes me think, actually, that's really easy to carry up steps now. So I'll just say it's really easy, not a problem. Carry it out, no issue. Don't need to construct any wooden structures or anything like that, or hide them away under the stairs somewhere, or buy helium balloons or anything like that. I'm fine. It's fine. It's nice and light, that is now. And of course, the more you carry it, the stronger you get. So yeah. People have watched it. Excellent, good stuff. That's what I like to hear. Any ideas why the range was worse on the new board? I'm not necessarily saying it's worse. I think, like if you ran another 5 tests, I think you're going to get more or less the same as I did on the old board. Really don't know. It's just a bit strange. It is a bit strange, but we've tested it all, and as you saw, I run it down below, way below where it should have gone to. Really, on that last one, thought right, run this right down, ran into 70.9 volts. Thank you very much, Mario. That's most gracious of you. Are you partaking in a bit of beverage?
Maybe.
Maybe. Excellent. Ooh, I've even got a bonus of something floating on the top of it. Very nice. Don't usually get that. Thank you, Mario. Don't complain. Everyone will want it. Someone's diet not going as planned. As I say, these, I lose calories. So when I eat these, it just helps bring the fat off. Now that you like the cheek pads, are you going to print and sell some models? No, I won't be printing any. Might sell some models. Hello, Optimus Prime. How you doing? You're on. Wrong Way would ride up the stairs. He probably will give it a go. He seems pretty keen on committing to things, so I welcome anybody. I've ridden a trials bike up him before, and that was my old trials bike. This is when I got accused of not being able to ride very well when doing a video review of the Z10. Talk about its tendency to stay up and the fact that you've got to roll into it just like a motorcycle. Trying to explain to people I can't actually ride a motorbike, which didn't go down too well. So I then just thought, well, I'll do a video. So it was me riding up the stairs. But funny thing is, I can't ride up the stairs on my current trials bike. Literally cannot do it. It's the difference between a 2-stroke and a 4-stroke and the way the power is delivered. It will not get traction. Nothing you can do. You can lean right back on the back wheel, just will not get traction. So, in terms of cheek pads, should have a little discussion about this. Should we have a little graphic that comes up that says discussion time? But cheek pads, the reason that I call them cheek pads is a distant memory, essentially. So I'll explain it to you because they're not really cheek pads anymore. But the point I call them cheek pads is tongue-in-cheek for a start. It's not, I'm not actually serious. It's just a joke. But some people get a little bit touchy about this cheat pad thing. They're like, oh, don't you dare say that. I wear them and I'm not a cheat. The reason for it, though, was because they were cheek pads. At one point, some videos started coming out of people jumping very long distances, very high for the time. Something beyond you could actually do with your wheel. I was thinking, man, oh man, I've been riding all this time and I can't jump as high as that. That is very impressive. And everyone was like flipping out, you are amazing. How on earth are you getting that high? That's just amazing. What it actually was blocks that were stuck on the side, foam blocks stuck on the side of these wheels. and then a wheel cover put over the top, and no mention of the fact that you got these blocks sat under there that you couldn't see because they were masked by the cover. And that's why you can jump so far and so high. Not a mention of it. When it was revealed, and then people started fitting them, I go, yeah, they're cheap pads. That's why they're called cheap pads. And it's the name has just been using that since, really. So that's the only reason. What they are now really is torque pads, aren't they? Is what they've turned into. They're not just predominantly for jumping. They're for stability and getting the most torque out as you can. So, yeah. So those original pads, people were doing it, but not openly mentioning the fact, by the way, I've massively modified this wheel to enable me to lift it so high. It just looked as though they were suddenly getting this huge amount of air. Like some sort of super duper rider. So, all changed now. Now they're more or less torque pads, boost pads, whatever you want to call them. Ever thought of using a Sur-Ron or B52 stealth bike for trials? No, it wouldn't be any good, really, those bikes, sadly. Part of the issue they've had, proper manufacturers of trials bikes, they've had the issue with no clutch, so it's all on throttle. Whereas like a petrol trials bike, you would load up, get that flywheel going, get that momentum going and drop a clutch. So you'd ramp it right up to high revs and drop it, and then the whole bike flies off. You can't really get that. There's a bike come out, it's the same one as I had the EM 5.7. Forgotten the name, it's just gone out of my head now, of the company that made Electric Motion. Made by Electric Motion, so the EM 5.7 Sport. That really, for me, wasn't enough mid to top end. So I sold it in the end to an unnamed viewer of this channel. Came down and collected it for super cheap. But they've got a new one out which has got a clutch, and that is massively better. And it's an actual clutch. It's built in. It's not mimicking it. So yeah. So those other bikes are Sur-Ron, the B52, really like motocross bikes, aren't they? They're like a cross between an e-bike and a motocross bike. So you really haven't got the level of control there you would have for a trials bike. So. Or power, not enough power. I couldn't ride the 18XL without side pads. To slow down, I had to lean back so far. I could see the brake light. Not good braking at 25 mile an hour like that. Side pads stopped that happening, thankfully. Exactly right. Yeah, so you're braking and you're accelerating. It's just, you get so much more out of the wheel. Well, so much so that the torque you get at the Monster Pro there, as I mentioned in the video, you can't hear it because isolating that sound is almost impossible. You can over torque that motor, basically. It makes it slip. The pads seem to be very expensive, around €100. Is it worth it? Now, Marcus, you've hit on a point there, because the argument is, if someone's going to buy a Monster Pro, then of course they should buy then the Monster Pro pads, Monster Pro pads to go on the side as well. I just don't necessarily agree with that at all. If you buy the wheel, and it really does need this wheel needs pads on the side to get the torque out of it, to make it perform much better. It puts it in a category of me thinking this wheel's all right now. It's all right. That wheel's all right. Monster Pro, it's all right. Range is rubbish, but the wheel itself is all right with those pads fitted. Without them fitted, rubbish. With them fitted, fine. But then you need to spend, like you say, another €100 to get those. So, but they need to be included, really. And then you're saying, well, actually, I also need a mud guard. So you spend another, whatever it's, 30 quid on top. Which just seems a bit weird. The logic behind it is like, oh yeah, you've got to upgrade it. And then, by the way, the foot plates as well. So this, I think, I mentioned the fact it would do better with bigger foot plates prior to fitting these. So I didn't mean that you needed those and big foot plates. I found it fine with just these fitted. But you can enhance it again by buying €200 worth of foot plates as well. So you could spend another €400 on the machine, and it gets to a position then where you've got this really good all-rounder. Which is okay, but it's a bit strange. They should just sell it without foot plates then, I guess, if you want that from manufacturer. And just say, do you want to fit these honeycomb ones, or fit them as standard. So, yep. There you go. £60 on AliExpress for some pads. Fisk pads on eBay around 30. You can always 3D print your own pads. There are a ton of pad files on Thingiverse. And so all these things you can do, but to print your own, you need your own printer, which the cheapest is about 150 quid, isn't it? Something like that. But you could, and then the hassle and the expertise that goes behind actually making sure it all prints okay, and then getting the filament. But then, of course, you can take the Thingiverse files and then send it to a company who'll print it for you for a little bit of money. So you could do that. You could take the Thingiverse file, copy that file across, and send it to someone to print for you. Marcus, we now have an EUC friend that prints them. Happy to put you in touch. I spent about $14 on some foam and Velcro. That's another way of doing it. I'm curious if you can fit the in-motion honeycomb foot plates on the Monster. Possibly. Not 100% sure about that. I think that this question last week and no one was able to answer it. If the Sherman and Gotway, Bigodi, can all fit the same footplate on there, but in-motion honeycomb ones I don't think fit on. Or they might do, but you need a washer or something. I've never tried it, but I vaguely heard of someone doing it, but I couldn't be sure enough. I have 9-bot Z6, but when speed up, it tilt back as a safety. What are you doing there? Oh yeah. Thanks. Is that an in-motion footplate? I wonder if it looks about... No, it's too wide. Yeah, so you need washers. That's probably right. I can vaguely remember it, you see. But is that pin also too big? No, the pin. So the in-motion pin fits. So these are the V10 footplates, obviously. Not the honeycomb ones that you were talking about. But it gives you some general idea. So there you go. So that's a V10 footplate on a Monster Pro. Right there. But as you might be able to see, I can do it now. I can show you this is the amount of movements in the washer sizes you'd need in there. So quite considerable. So assuming the honeycomb are the same as that, which I think they're going to be, that's how much movement you're going to have. So pretty cool though, you can put them on there. Yeah.
They didn't have a magnet.
They don't have a magnet in there. But there we go, that's the in-motion V10 footplate fitted to a Monster Pro. So
Only on this show.
Hey?
Only on this show.
Only on this show, yeah. As Mara's saying. Where else would you get that sort of information? That is valuable information. I've explained all about the hobnobs as well. That's because you didn't know about hobnobs at all, did you?
Yeah, but now I know.
Yes, you did or didn't?
No, I didn't.
Have it in Bulgaria? Are there any biscuits that are the same as this, with that texture, with a light coating of chocolate?
I don't remember.
We're gonna have to take a trip out there, aren't we?
Yeah.
A biscuit trip.
Yeah, and I know a guy that has some unicycles in Sofia.
Do you?
Yeah.
Know him personally?
On Facebook.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think he's technically a competitor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go around there and... Yeah. They don't need the magnet since they are friction flip. That is correct, they are friction flip. But they won't be friction fit on this because you need to have a... Basically on the in-motion stuff, they're drilled through and tapped at the bottom of the pillar, footplate pillar. And there's a little grub screw in there which you screw in. And you choose the level of tightness you want on that bar. But the Gotway one doesn't work in the same way. So, you to be fair, what you can do is lift up the rubber mat on the V10 footplate and hack an little magnet in there. And then that'll work just fine if you wanted to. You used to sell spiky pads for the 16X. We did. We ran out of them. Could order some more. They didn't shift for ages. So I bought them in. Didn't shift. Thought these would be a really good idea. People love these. Didn't shift for months and months and months, and all that cash was just sat there. And then they started selling, and then we sold out. That's the way it goes. You can never guess. So should Speedy Feet sell pads? Discussion time. Discussion time. Second time this week. Yes or no? Should Speedy Feet sell pads? Side pads. Raymond is in the house.
Yes.
MCM5, MSX, KS16X, and he's from Colorado, which is in the United States of America, I believe. Any idea what spiky foot pedals will fit, footplate, will fit on the 18XL? The 18XL, we can get them in. We just didn't get them in because the 16X ones did so poorly, but then did really well. So if we're going to buy them again, we'd probably get them for the 18XL because loads of people asked them for us, so for them from us. Does anyone make spike plates for the Tesla? Yes, very likely. Yeah. No, we got a lot of people saying we should sell side pads, so I'll look into that. We got the Clark pads. I think like the margins will be awful because really it's a bit of a DIY type job, isn't it? As a sideline type thing for people. So there's 2 lots in the UK. Is there one in the UK? 2 people make them in the UK? I don't know. Don't really have anything to do with them. So these worked out well. And I really like the fact that you can just move them. It's quite good. But where I've taken them off and put them back on so many times, it's sticky. My motorbike trousers sort of gets caught on it every now and again, but massively better. As you'd have seen from the acceleration test when you, if you watched the video of that, I'm leant over so far, and that's all thanks to those pads basically. So it seems like people are just upgrading to the Nikola plates. That's on the Tesla. Now it's the Tesla question. So spike plates. I think you can get spike plates from these guys that we get them from pretty much all models now. So at the time they were just prototyping them essentially. Why is it so hard for them to include some Velcro pads? Well, they could do. The RS has been coming with extra pads, so the thin pads you put on the side, and then also some thicker pads. They're nowhere near as staunch as this. Like this is a proper ledge that you're leaning into. So it's not quite the same, but it's getting on for it, kind of. This is great, because if you're off-road, and it's such a wide thing here, if you're off-road and you're leaning into them and it's jumping around the wheel, your shins don't just slip off them and then you fall forward. They're just solid. I've never slipped off those. And I said in the video about the Clark pads, if you haven't watched the Clark pads video, go and watch that, is that I could almost do with that level of shelf on the back as well, because it feels like you are going to slip off slightly when you're going back. I haven't done, it just feels like that. So yeah, it would be good if they could include them. I agree. But then they should also, I think, first of all, it would be really nice to include a mudguard. Oh, so these are the ones that they're including.
They include both.
They included both, correct. The RS, so you got the thin one, thank you Mario, and then you've got the thicker one. Oh, wow, have you smelt that? Oh.
No.
Oh, what's in that? What chemicals are in that? I don't know. Give me a headache now. But there they are. So you kind of get that. I think you can see it here. You can. You get a bit of a ledge on there. So something to push into, and they're nice and soft. So that's what they're including now. And it comes with a sticky back on it already. These are the ones that I traditionally fit. So they're half the size of a slice of bread in thickness. But that one, that's 2 slices of bread. There we go, that's that measurement. So, never tried these, but they're going the right way. So they've included those with the RS, because they know that you need them to get the most out of the wheel. And actually looking at it, I think that's going to be enough. You get your legs turned in slightly and pushing against it. It's also got a texture here, which you can just about make out, which is grippy. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, fair play, thumbs up to that. I have to recognise Bigodi, or Bigodi there, Bigodi and GW. So they can't make up their mind, they're confused. But those there, yeah, thumbs up for trying and actually putting some stuff in. It's pretty neat. So regular bread or Texas toast? Don't know what Texas toast is.
The biscuit.
We changed the game. It's hobnob thick. This is. So we call those hobnobs and those ones Texas toast. Well, that whatever's on that is like really chemically. Another bonus with side pads. I hit a tree stump and got thrown back off the pedals. The side pads saved me as it stopped my feet from slipping off the pedals, saved me from a nasty fall. I agree. I don't slip off the foot plates anymore with this one. If I go down some real bumpy ground, I don't slip off. So, how do you stick stuff to the KS18L's rubberized coating? Seems to stick fine. This 3M tape sticks fine to it. Obviously, it wouldn't be these, but same principle. And they come, the replacement pads and stuff come with the 3M tape. Some of the time, not all the time, with the 3M tape with it. Seems to stick fine, as long as it's clean. So as long as you've cleaned it all off and let it dry, not a speck of dust on there, they'll stick and stay. Well, yeah. There you go. Sometimes you can heat up the glue a little bit if you want. So with a hairdryer or something, it's not too long because it's really, really easy to melt these pads. And they just distort and then you've messed up them. So yeah, don't burn the pads. So otherwise, I had no issues at all sticking those pads on. Drink some alcohol first. No, wipe with alcohol first, it says. Makes more sense. It's right, lovely. Right, have we got, Mario, from viewers' videos?
Yeah, we have a winner.
Do we have a winner?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a winner for last week's viewers' video competition, and they win £30 store credit at speedyfeet.co.uk. True or false?
Is it 25?
Is it 25? You've just lost £5 thanks to Mario. You win £25 store credit at speedyfeet.co.uk. Send your complaints into info@samsonmedia.media.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's Mario's fault. You've just lost a fiver. You could have had 30, but Mario, quite strict on things like this. He's like, no, 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 it must be 25. So, right, let's play the winner. Oh, vote. You viewers can be involved in this. Should we play the winner from last week to see who won, not 30, £25 store credit from speedyfeet.co.uk, or play the, how many viewers submissions we've got? 5, you say?
Yeah, 5 new ones.
And we got 5 new ones. What do you want to see first? You want to see the competition winner from last week, or the 5 videos submitted over the last 7 days? Let us know below. You want to see the winner? Ola's voted winner, so we got winner chicken dinner. We got 1 for winner.
Yeah, that's it.
Winner,
Good
yeah.
job.
That's good enough. We go with winner.
Yeah.
We got a yes. Winner
Okay.
first.
Okay.
Right. Stu, main man Stu, who funded, I believe, the Hobnobs for this week's show. So thank you very much. I'm enjoying them.
Viewers videos.
Boom, there we go. So well done, well done. I have messaged you to say, well, on here in the comments. So Craig, you need to email in to get special code for store credit. Trying very hard to ride the 9 bots backwards, and she makes it look easy. Correct, yes. One way of learning to ride I'd recommend is the Z10. No? M103, not the Z10. When have I ever recommended the Z10? M103. There we go. The Speedy Feet plug helps if you want to win. I don't know the logic behind that, but Speedy Feet plugs helps if you want to win. Who voted, Mario, on the videos?
You know, people.
People, random people voted. We don't vote. We don't have a say.
I
So.
think having a very young child riding a unicycle is a winning thing.
Okay, so what you need to do is go and find a small child, grab them, and then put them in your video. That's what Mario's saying. That seems to be Mario's advice. Am I reading into that right?
But make sure that they can ride a unicycle.
Yes. Make sure they can ride a unicycle. Do you know what I thought Mario was going to say? Is make sure that you got permission. Didn't say that. He had a chance to dig himself out the hole, but he said Just make sure they can ride a unicycle. So there we go. So steal a child as long as they can ride a unicycle. That's the only caveat Mara's got and concern. So brilliant. There we go. So let's now play, because we're on viewers videos section, let's play the 5 submitted viewers videos whilst I get my headphones on, which have been blaring out this entire time, echoing my own voice. Let's do it. Viewers videos. Viewers videos.
Easy. Ok. Capci come mai? Chodź. Hop. Tutaj. Hop. Łoba. Okay.
Nie boi się.
Nie, obožało. Opa.
Viewers videos.
Flying. Whoa, you turned up.
Bump. Yeah.
Straight. Whoa, you had a bit of a wobble. He's flying.
Yeah, he's good.
Faster, faster!
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, that's pretty quick, man.
Nice one. Awesome.
That was very quick. Yeah, go
Nice
fast.
one.
You reckon you can go fast?
Viewers videos. Viewers videos.
I'm pretty impressed that he's doing it. Off he goes. We really got to limit that wheel before we start getting out of the race. You think we're okay for 45
Boom, there we go. There we go. There's no voting on those, of course, because it's not the full 10, so we can't vote on them. But as Mario realised his mistake, he did axe one of the videos, but he didn't put the axe in, which he usually enjoys. Don't you, Mario? He prefers it, putting it in. People send a little bit longer, you just axe it.
1 second longer, axe.
Yeah, axe. We've actually done that when there's a video is 1 minute, 1 second. Axed it. So there we go. Another small child riding, which is really, really cool. Other side of the pond. And we've got the dog because it's original. So people are saying the dog because it's original. So Mario, your take on the fact that you need to steal a small child, as long as it can ride an electric unicycle, may not be true. Steal a dog and a child.
Yes, a puppy.
A puppy. A cute puppy. I think that was quite well done, that dog one. I can't vote. So, but I think it's well done. It was cut up and it was into a minute video.
GG Next.
GG Next had done that video. In fact, done 2 videos, but one with the dog, one without. So, yeah, fair play for the effort that went in. And the small child on M103, I think, would you say 3 or 4 years old?
Yeah.
Mario thinks 3 or 4 years old, which is pretty impressive. I mean, that is amazing. Little kid riding around. Brilliant stuff. Ross Kellen says you cut mine 6 seconds before the end. Presumably not this time around, was it once before? But yeah, wherever we can axe it, we will. It's a minute maximum. So steal a dog and win, and a child, and you win. Correct. That is what we need to do. So meanwhile, we're all waiting for Amy to call you. Yes, she hasn't actually. Hasn't. We're almost 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
She hasn't. What's this?
There's
Oh, that's off the headphones. You know, those rotten headphones that I bought when I was a child. Probably need to replace them.
Yeah. I think
of all the camera equipment we got. Like, it's ridiculous. You got thousands upon thousands of pounds worth of camera equipment and filming equipment, and these are the headphones that we got. It's like, nah, it's not worth spending money on them.
No.
Because they're still surviving. They're still going. They still work. That's the thing. The foam on the inside's rotted out, and all of this, you can do this, and then it comes off. You might be able to see it. Probably not. It just falls off. They'll be bare one day, but never mind.
As long as they work, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's my take on it. What was I saying, Mara? I got completely confused then. Seeing a dog. Yes, Amy hasn't rung. Yeah, we're 45 minutes in. It's 1:45. What else we got? You said you got a news article or something, didn't you?
Well, there is one video that a viewer shared, which is what you shouldn't do on a unicycle.
What we shouldn't do on a unicycle. Have we got an intro theme for what you shouldn't do on a unicycle?
No, but I might need to make one.
You're going to make one. How's it? Can you think now, because you're a poet, can you think of some catchy thing?
It has to be linked with New York somehow.
Linked with New York?
Yeah.
Because all these things happen in New York, do they?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I can't think of anything. I was thinking something torque, but that doesn't really help, does it? Stu Ross, again, has donated 10 quid. That's what bought these. So we have to eat these ready for next week, aren't we? Thank you very much, Stu. We will buy some biscuits and tea bags.
Probably milk.
Mikey EVX sent a video in. Jacob suggests that we call it New York Minute. Or I'd rather not pick on New York though, really. I'd rather just sort of like a worldwide of what not to do on a wheel. Yeah. Perhaps it should be called that. Worldwide, what not to do on a wheel.
The videos on your laptop.
On your laptop, the videos are gonna play now. Like that sort of thing. What not to do on your wheel. If you want to live longer. Yeah? Something catchy like that.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Mario. Just missed your vids being played at Electric Unicycles. Awesome footage of the kid, mate. There we go. How old is he? That's what I would like to know. I think Mario was saying 3 or 4. I'm not sure.
In the email, I think one of the videos he was 3, the other he was 4.
As long as you don't sing. We can call it that. As long as I don't sing.
Yep.
This is what jealousy is like, you see. Put your talents on show. Sing like that and people start going, oh, I wish you wouldn't sing. What they actually mean is, I wish I could sing as well as you. That's what rich means. Pretty sure that's what rich means. Yeah, that's how I've taken it. So I've taken that as a form of encouragement And yeah, it's really felt, it's lifted me up a little bit. So, EUC Darwin Awards. See, the Darwin Awards thing's overused, isn't it? Everyone uses it. So we need something catchy, like I just sang. Was it not to do on your wheel? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Well, there is one news post on
Singing
electric
Feet.
people.
There's one news post. It's on Electric People, so I can't scroll across to go and get that video then.
No, you can if you go to the desktop. And
I've gone to desktop. I've gone to reload downloads. Hold on. Go to downloads. Is it your Facebook video?
Yeah.
I'm going to grab that and I'm going to close that. Then I'm going to make it full screen. And then here we go. So
One second.
Hold on, and I've got to do the intro before. So before you switch it, ready. So yeah, I was trying to think. Oh, we got a flashbang. We got a flashbang here. So it's a Mark V Thunder simulation device, flash simulation device. You could let that off.
No.
Mary's going, no.
We've
got smoke alarms in here.
I'll leave the room.
He'll leave the room. Basically, get that, put it in a tea. Let's put that aside. Let's put that down there so Ian doesn't get too excited about actually doing something silly. 18 plus it says on the back. Right, what not to do on your wheel if you want to live longer. Play. Here we go. Sound's not working, Mario. What have you done with the sound?
There isn't. I don't think.
There isn't any sound. Right, so first of all, can you guess what's going to happen here? Not those that have seen it already, because that's just cheating. So here we go. Boom. There you go. And happened to survive. Survived. Now, we can't work out, is that a male or a female? Where are we? Can't tell. Genuinely can't tell. Not sure. But nonetheless, they're alive. So let's just back it up a little bit. Whoosh. So I can't say he's a silly Billy or she is because I don't know. But this here goes under. Now, you couldn't do this in the United Kingdom. Do you know why, Mario?
You don't have those kind of tricks.
In a pedantic way, kind of, we have side rails. Oh, probably in Europe, in fact, probably across the entire of Europe. We have bars that come along here. See the mouse thing along there? There we are. They come along here. So it stops cars going underneath and the windscreen hitting and decapitating the drivers. So you have the sidebars that run from the side, both sides, to stop people going underneath and getting killed and being like a tin opener. It would also stop people, which I don't think they would have thought of that when they brought the rule out, people with electric unicycles deciding to go underneath them whilst they're moving, like some sort of Hollywood stunt. But there you go. That's the stunt there. We'll watch it one more time just for busy traffic. See, what I noticed here is that when she came out, boom, there, quick look to the left, there's a parked car there, isn't there? So if all this had taken place and he had moved, come out at this point, they'd gone straight into the back of that car there. But got away with it, so. There you go. Excellent stuff. That was this week's What Not to Do on a Wheel If You Want to Live Longer. And now on to the next segment. Don't look at me like that, Mario. Sidebars are for motorcyclists. Back bars are for cars. Sidebars are for motorcyclists. Back bars are for cars. I think Zer's pronouns zech. I know it's a bad idea, but I'm a little impressed. Marty and rattlesnakes, duff and alligators. They have a head start. So that's this week's thing. So next week, Mary, you're going to find something else? Some reverb. Could do some reverb in there with that song. So we'll put a mix together. We'll get me singing. And the good thing is we don't even need auto-tune because I'm already in tune.
Yeah.
Look at that. If you take your hand and swipe... Oh, hello. Swipe my whole hand across the... Oh, look at that, look. See? I'm bringing up world clocks and everything. Look at that. Have you seen that? Boink.
I'm just moving.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm in the way still.
No.
Oh, sort that, Mario. Oh.
Yeah.
They got it. So in London, it's 17 degrees. Useless, isn't it? Because we're not in London. Matt Hancock affair. Boris Johnson suggests controversy, just a Westminster bubble issue. Our government's terrible. Right. I feel ignoring. What about my question? Marcus Sweden has asked a question and he must be answered. Where is it? I don't know. It's because people, if everyone just wasn't so chatty, then, you know, keep track of it. And these, again, my question about V11. I've come across the question about the question. So now I just need to find that question. Marcus has asked a question.
Unless he asked the question again.
Any problems with bearings on the latest shipment of V11s? We've had 0 returns on the latest shipment of V11s we've sold. So that should answer that one. There we go. I've answered that now. EUC lunacy. Oh my goodness, I've missed loads of questions here. There we go. So he's 4 now, but 3 when he started riding, in answer to the lad that was riding the little M103. Hi, Ian, are you still going to ride with Marty back in, or how do you say it? It's back in, isn't it? Back in? We worked this out. We did ask him. Not sure. Am I going to ride with Marty? Let's say Marty. Going to ride with Marty in California. Don't we get shot now on site if we try and leave and go to the US? I think we do. I think we get killed and then buried just outside the airport now. I think that's the rule now. I think. There's only some... let me find out. Green list countries. Green list countries. Red, amber and green list for rules. The government website. It's a very short list of countries we can go to. Green list. Let's go and have a little look. Oh, can't bother. Oh, here we go. We can go to... no, we can't go to... No, United States is not on there. That's a shame. Is it on the amber list? Oh, it might be. This amber list is a lot bigger, but you have to pay £4,000 when you come back to the United Kingdom, so you can stay in a hotel for 2 weeks. Makes sense, doesn't it? Unless it's football or tennis. If it's football or tennis, or you're a director of a massive multinational, that doesn't matter anymore. They've changed the rules there, so you can just do what you like. It doesn't matter. So football, coronavirus doesn't chase people who watch football, or tennis, or cricket.
Yeah.
Cricket, tennis, so those things. So if I was to go and play football with Marty, it would be okay. No, don't get shot and buried. But if I'm just going over to go for a ride, then not allowed. It hunts you down and kills you. So United States is on the amber list. So what does that mean? If you're on the amber list, I mean, obviously this is in October sometime, but it's going to be worse in October than it is now, isn't it? Because it'll be winter then. You do not need to take a COVID-19 test or quarantine on arrival in England if you're travelling within the UK, Ireland, and Channel Islands and the Isle of Man. What you must do if you've been in an amber country or territory in the 10 days before you arrive in England, you must follow these rules. Oh my goodness. Take a test, pay and book for a 2-day and 8-day COVID-19 travel test to be taken on arrival in England. You must quarantine at home or in the place you are staying for 10 days. Age 4 and under do not need to take a test. Yeah, this is very unlikely unless something completely changes. Right, okay. Let's have another look. Autotune Faceplant Awards. Could call it Faceplant Awards. So in answer to going to with Marty, though they're looking a bit unlikely unless the rules completely relax. Autotune can work miracles these days. Don't need it, as I said earlier. Definitely don't need Autotune because of my voice. Brilliant. I thought John Worley already has a channel on that. Very good. He's not watching. Never bothers watching. Always says he's busy. As if no one else in the world's busy. So you might just want to mention that to him if you speak to him. Travelling is hell nowadays. PCR test and form to fill in, etc. We have another kid in Australia that's just turned 3. That's almost riding already. Wow, okay. Oh, shoot. It's jumped again. So I'll go back up again. Trying to do something crazy. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat that one out. I've been here before, so I've missed some of the things out. Is a husky faster than EUC? I was chased 2 days ago by a dog. Would I win versus a husky? Well, it depends on which wheel you're riding. So Bruce, I think, maxes out about 25-ish, 26, but he can only run consistently at about 10. So 8 to 10 miles an hour, around that sort of thing. Fully trained ones, as in have done their cardio workouts, they'll run a lot faster. I think probably average about 15, is it? Something like 15 to 20 miles an hour, average over 100 miles. But Brucey's just not trained up for that at all, but could. So yeah. So would I try and outrun a dog if it was chasing me? Absolutely, unless I was on like a real slow wheel. But obviously everything just escalates and then the faster you go. So I would be incredibly careful of trying to outrun a dog, especially if you were trying to run a dog and you get to about 25, 30 miles an hour and then it bites you on the leg and grabs you and tries to take you down. It's going to hurt. So you're better off jumping off and then just grabbing its front legs and ripping its legs open like that, rip its heart, and then it's gone. Again, as someone's noted, UK humour. Yeah, I'm not suggesting that you slaughter a dog. You probably wouldn't have much chance. What some farmers do when they're trying to defend against wildcats and stuff is they put their hand in its mouth and grab its tongue. So if you do that with a dog that's nasty, it can't actually bite you. Because you've got your hand in its mouth wrapped around its tongue, so it can't bite. That's one. But the trouble is, you've got to, at some point you've got to make the decision to put your hand in its mouth, and it's like, yeah, I don't really fancy that. I had a little story I don't think I've ever told, which is when I was in a paper round as a child, an Alsatian used to come out, real nasty one. And then one day he actually got out of his pen, and I was on this little moped thing that I used to go around on, and I ran around and around, and it got a bit tiring. I thought, this is actually stupid. This thing's chasing me. So I'll stop and I'll kick it, and then I'll stand up for myself. And I kicked it, but it was like flies. They can see you trying to swat them, and it just did that. So it just must have gone, oh look, he's moving his foot slightly. Walked around the side of it and then grabbed my leg. And then pulled me, and I landed flat on my back. And they dragged me along. So I don't even recommend kicking a dog, because you'll think, oh, I'll tell you what, I'll kick this dog and that'll show it. And then you go to kick it and he just pulls you to the ground and drags you along. Probably struggle to pull me to the ground now because I'm just sort of been eating too many biscuits. What's your favourite EUC? I think so far still the Sherman. Are they pre-order Shermans coming with the V3 rims? So we've sold out of our Sherman pre-order. No more coming in. They've all gone, so it's not shown as available on our site anymore. And they're not even here yet. They're here tomorrow. They all come with the latest rims, I think. Don't know. Don't know what V3 is. Thanks, Ian. I really want a V11, but the bearing issues kept me from buying one. You need a British cape to ride with Marty. Absolutely, that is a cracking idea. So if I do go out there, then we could do that. Cheers from Russia, Ian. Are you going to make a vid on the Tesla V3? Seems like a good street commuter wheel. I won't be doing that, no. I think I did the Tesla. Did I do the original Tesla? Did the original Tesla, yeah. That's on there. We don't get given these wheels or to buy them. Someone asked the same question on YouTube, not the Tesla V3. That's what I'm trying to say. It was some other wheel. Are you going to test this wheel and that wheel and then versus this wheel? And it's like, well, it gets really expensive. So like the EXN, I think it was EXN. I'm not going to test the EXN because I'm on the EX and they're essentially the same thing. One's got suspension, one hasn't. There's bits of other slight variations, but it's like, no, I was going to stick with the EX. There's the cost implications of buying these wheels, but not only that, you have to stack the miles on them. It's really easy to get one out of the box, go, oh, look at this. This is the features it's got, and take it for a quick ride. And it's a completely different kettle of fish to take one out of a box, say, look at all these things, then go and take it for a range test, then come back, then do 250, 650 and 1,000. And in this case, to give it a fair chance, because there was kickback from people not liking the fact that I'm not getting good results out of the Monster Pro. It's like, what can I do about it? Nothing. Oh, I'll tell you what we do. When we get a new board, that might solve the problem. Let's do another test, which we've never done before. Do another test and find out the results still not that great. And then think, oh, let's give it a fair chance. Let's do another range test and go, that wasn't very good. And then do another range test. It's like, I still get it. So with that, that's like a massive pain in the ass because it was just holding on for it for so long to do the videos and then having to do multiple range tests. And it's only 55 miles or whatever per range test, but you say only, that had to be done 3 times. And there's other wheels that need doing as well. So it starts to compile or compound the issue. And then we've got loads of wheels all lined up, which have cost a lot of money that we actually can't get around to doing all the videos in any good time. So we're just trying to limit what we're actually doing. So yeah, still got to do the mileage on the EX. And what else we got? The RS in it, Mario? RS high speed, is it? Or something like that, I think. Or RS torque, can't remember.
There is a torque, yeah.
Yeah, which is still doing on there. All the tax havens are green, go figure. Bit weird, isn't it? So UK is penal colony island now. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it's like. All professional sportsmen are allowed to travel anywhere in the world. I am a professional sportsman, definitely. But the pandemic won't be over until we start taking ivermectin to break the reproductive cycle of the virus. Waiting for FedEx coming with my MSP. Excellent, that's good. Would love to see a re-review of an old 9-bot being used in this day and age, and if it more of a hassle than being helpful due to speed and battery. Well, Mario's using it to go to the shops, aren't you, Mario, to get the meal deals. So he's going to go and get it. He's going to bring it in. Get the speed gun on Bruce for next week's vlog. Could get the speed gun on Bruce, actually. I'd have to sit him somewhere and say, come on in, and then get him to run down towards me. No need to travel to the USA and the beautiful Northwest for amazing rides this weekend. Exactly. There was a time we're actually banned from travelling to different areas within the UK. When I see my dog bite through a bone like it's a cracker, putting my fist into his mouth makes me think, yeah, exactly. You have to take that step to grab his tongue. But, practice it on just a friendly dog. Practice it on a friendly dog, and then when you come across a nasty dog, you might make the friendly dog nasty. Here we go. So this is the 9-bot. This is not actually a P. It still retains the original handle, mind you. It's on its way out. Do you ever use that handle?
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah, you might not want to do that. So I'll pick it up from the bottom. So what I do is I carry them from here, pick them up there. Don't pick them up here because if it spins, you get your thing. But you pick them up here because that's going to go at some point. But it's still retaining the original handle. It isn't a P. These are P shells put on it and P side supports. So they're originally grey. But this is one of the very first ones. But still an E+, I believe, from memory. So there you go. It's alright for taking it to shops, isn't it, Mary? And the battery's still working, so that battery must be 2016, something like that. Pretty amazing, really. Chooch says the new V12 is the best wheel ever. What say you? Ours are on the way. Don't know when they're going to be here, though. I don't know. Will it be the best wheel ever? I ain't got a clue. You don't know until you ride them. I'll tell you. Imagine if I said it's actually not that good. People will go, oh my goodness, how can you say it's not that good? I just spent $2,000 on one. It's amazing. It's the best wheel ever. How dare you? That might be what happens.
Yeah.
Possible. You can only say what we get really out of these reviews.
Okay, all the thumbnails, people said that's the best wheel.
What's the best wheel? The V12?
No. Every wheel is the best wheel.
Yeah, every wheel's the best wheel. Yeah. So I've only ever said there's one wheel, and that was a Sherman that ticks so many boxes. It's not the perfect wheel, and I'm not going to go through that again because that's like I already spoke about an hour on it in a video I did. It's the closest I got to my perfect wheel. Hey,
M Super X.
M Super X is one of the most reliable wheels we've ever had.
Yeah.
Pretty tough. Chooch is always impressed with anything he rides. Don't you just love his enthusiasm? You could share the load-in, send wheels to Glasgow. I'll test. Racing Brucey video. Yes. Please vote 1. What a beauty the 9-bot is. You're using the 9-bot for everything. Ross Cullen quite likes the 9-bot one. Still a good-looking wheel. Totally agree. It still is a good-looking wheel. Mine has a handle on the front. My wheel is the best wheel, says GG next. There we are. Right, okay, I think we're done, aren't we? We're done and dusted. It has been quite a busy week. Thank you for all those that have been commenting, contributing, and well done for the viewers' videos, because we had 5 viewers' videos of good quality sent in. So if we get another 5 this week come in, another 5 viewers' videos, you can only send a maximum of 2 in any one competition. So we need 5 new people, ideally, to send a video in.
We need 3.
We need 3. We need 3 people that haven't sent a video in yet to send a video in. Try and polish it off nicely, under 1 minute, otherwise it will be act. it will be act. Or axed even, because that's an actual word. Right. Okie dokie. We will see you, well, you will see us on the vlog on Monday. And Wednesday on the live feed. So, see you again next week. Happy riding. Don't do anything stupid like ride under a lorry, will you? Just a suggestion. See you later.